Hi there.
Hi there!
The legions patrol the roads, and they've always been sufficient. I can't imagine we'll ever
Carmina.
be...
Well met.
I happened to come across all 4 copies of the Commentaries.
To find their secret shrine to Mehrunes Dagon, you'll need to study the 4 volumes of Mankar Camoran's Commentaries. It is a fairly common practice of these kinds of esoteric cults to put hidden messages within their sacred writings. In effect, simply by finding their way to the shrine, prospective members have already passed the first test on the road to enlightenment. You've piqued my curiosity about this puzzle. I will think on it myself and let you know if I have any ideas. Check back with me tomorrow after I've given this matter some thought. I'll keep studying the first 2 volumes of the Commentaries. Who knows, I might turn up something before you do.
Interesting little detail about all that. Pretty much, Tarmina says that Mankar Camoran hid a message within his writings so that only the enlightened ones could join him. I should study these books some more. So they pretty much give us an open invitation to actually read them. Let's see. They're C's, so it should be pretty early on. Or not? Where are they? Oh, they're M's, because it's Mankar Camoran. Oh no, Mythic Dawn Commentaries. Weird. Do I really want to sit through and read this? No. Actually, a part of me kind of wants to. Just because Mankar Camoran is such a ridiculous character. Greetings, novitiate, and know first a reassurance. Mankar Camoran was once like you, asleep, unwise, protonymic. We mortals leave the dreaming sleeve of birth the same, unmantled save for the symbiosis with our mothers. Thus to practice, and thus to reproachment, until finally we might through new eyes leave our hearths without need or fear that she remains behind. In this moment we destroy her forever, and enter the demesnes of Lord Dagon. Reader, this book is your door to that demesne, and though you may be a destroyer, you must still submit to locks. Lord Dagon would only have those clever enough to pause. All else the Orbis claims in their fool running. Walk first, heed. The impatience you feel is your first slave to behead. Enter as Lord Dagon is written. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Know that then you are royalty, a new breed of destroyer, whose garden shall flood with flowers known and unknown, as it was in the Mythic Dawn. Thus shall you return to your first primal wail and yet come out different. It shall this time be neonimbiosis, master akin to master, whose mother is miasma. Every quarter has known us, and none bore our passing except with trembling. Perhaps you came to us through war, or study, or shadow, or the alignment of certain snakes. Through each path matters in its kind. The prize is always thus. Welcome, novitiate. That you are here at all means that you have the worthiness of kings. Seek thy pocket now and look. There is the first key, glinting within the light of a new dawn. Night follows day, and so know that this primary insight shall fall alike under the turbulent evening sea where all faiths are tested. Again a reassurance. Even the usurper went under the lilac before he rose up to claim his fleet. Fear only for a second. Shaken belief is like water for a purpose. In the garden of the dawn we shall breathe whole realities. Enter as Lord Dagon is written. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Our order is based on the principles of his mighty razor. Novitiate, questing knight, chaplain and master, let the evil ones burn in its light, as if by the excess of our vision. Then shalt our knowledge go aright. However, recall that your sight is yet narrow, and while you have the invitation, you have not the address. My own summons came through a book Lord Dagon wrote himself in the deserts of rust and wounds. Its name is the Mysterium Xarxes, Aldmeritada Aggregate, forefather to the wife of all enigma. Each word is razor-fed in secret, thinner than cataclysms, tarnished like red drink. That I mention it at all is a testament to your new rank, my child. Your name is now cut into its weight. Palace, hut, or cave, you have left all the fog worlds of conception behind. New Mantia, liberty, rejoice in the promise of paradise. Endlessly it shall form and reform around you, deeds as entities, all systems only an hour before they bloom to zero sums, flowering like vestments, divine raiment worn to dance at Lord Dagon's golden feet. In his first arm a storm, his second the rush of plagued rain, the third all the tinder of anew, and the fourth the very eyes of Padme. Feel uplifted in thine heart that you have this first key, for it shall strike high and low into the worm-rot of false heavens. Roaring I wandered until I grew hoarse with the gospel. I had read the mysteries of Lord Dagon, and feeling anew went mad with the overflow. My words found no purchase until I became hidden. These were not words for the common of Tamriel, whose clergy long ago feigned the very existence of the dawn. Learn from my mistake. Know that humility was Mankar Camoran's original wisdom. Come slow and bring 4 keys. Offering myself to that daybreak allowed the girdle of grace to contain me. When my voice returned, it spoke with another tongue. After 3 nights, I could speak fire. Red drink, razor fed, I had glimpsed the path under the garden, and knew that to inform others of its harbor, I had to first drown myself in Search's sea. Know ye that I have found my fleet, and that you are the flagship of my hope. Greetings, novitiate. Mankar Camoran was once you, asleep, unwise, protonymic, but am no more. Now I sit and wait to feast with thee on all the worlds of this cosmos. New Mantia, liberty. There's a lot to break down here. For one, he's talking an awful lot of meta-knowledge and things that most of the world doesn't really acknowledge or talk about. And a lot of the stuff that Mankar Camoran says and does kind of clashes with everything that Oblivion is and presents itself to be. Like, Mankar Camoran is undoubtedly an Elder Scrolls villain in a game that really has no interest in being an Elder Scrolls game. He's throwing out words like protonymic and whatnot. Things that make no sense unless you understand how Daedra work. Basically, protonymic is before classification, right? Every Daedra has a nymic applied to it that is effectively its true name. And that true name, if spoken, kind of grants you some form of control over them. It's very interesting stuff, but he talks about a couple of things here where he kind of implies to himself that he has changed, right? As he says, offering himself to the daybreak allowed the girdle of grace to contain him. When his voice returned, it spoke with another tongue. After 3 nights, it could speak fire. That implies that he had somehow made himself dragonborn. And beyond that, that it was a different tongue, which implies that, yes, Mankar Camoran was once, potentially, was once a wood elf. Right, as Camoran implies, he is of the bloodline of the Camoran usurper, and he mentions the usurper as well, which is very interesting stuff. But really, what we should be looking at is the first letter of every paragraph, as it kind of creates. What's the word? It's some kind of what's the word? It's like it's one of them puzzles, right? Where it's like, oh, the first letter of every paragraph is the thing you're looking for. In this case, it is Green Emperor, right? I can only imagine that the next one would be Way. Yeah. So here we are, Part 2, Book 2. Whosoever findeth this document, I call him brother. Answers of the liberations were the slaves of Malbiosh that came to know Numantia cast down their jailer king, Maztiek, which the Xarxes Mysterium calls the Arcane. Maztiek, whose carcass was dragged through the streets by his own bone walkers, and whose flesh was opened on rocks thereon. Wait, whoa, I've never seen that word before. No, it is thereon. Yeah, it just looked weird because I was reading it strangely. Yeah. And those angels who loved him no longer did drink from his honeyed ichors, screaming, "Let all know free will, and do as they will." Maztiek is kind of a stand-in for Lorcan in this case. Your coming was foretold, my brother. By the Lord Dagon in his Book of Razors, you are to come as idols drop away from you one by one. You are exalted in eyes that have not yet set on you. You swain to the well-traveled, to shatterer of mantles. You, brother, are to sit with me in paradise, and be released of all unknowns. Indeed, I shall show you his book, and its foul and many-feathered rubric, so that you can put it into symbols what you already know. The sphere of destruction is but the milk of the unenslaved. I fault not your stumbling, for they are expected and given grace by the oils. I crave not your downfalls, though without them you might surpass me, even in the coming earth of all infinities. Lord Dagon wishes you no ills, but the momentous, and as he wants, you must want, and so learn from the pages of God, this, the ritual of want. Whisper to earth and earth, where the meddlers take no stones except to blood, as blood is blood, and to the cracking of the bone, as bone is bone. And so to crack and answer and fall before the one and the one, I call you dragon, as brother and king. Hides of the Druid, 7 and 7, draught of oil, 1 and 1, circles drawn by wet Debelites. Oh my goodness. That's one that, yeah, you don't see that one said often, because I was looking at it like, what the... diabetes! 3 concentric, and let their lower blood fall where it may. A birth watched by blackbirds. Hearthfire first. Incant the following when your hearing becomes blurred. Enraptured he who finally goes unrecorded. Recorded the slaves that without knowing turn the wheel. Enslaved all the children of the Orbis as it is. So this one, more or less, is more of a ritual. This one's more of a ritual book where it's kind of telling you, hey, this is the thing you need to do, this is the process, in order to kind of show your faith to Dagon, and so on and so forth. It's a very long-winded way of saying it, but so far, as we see, Green Emperor Way, W-H-E-R-E, so where, Book 3, let's go. The tower touches all mantles of heaven, brother novitiates, and by its apex one can be as he will, more. Be as he was, and yet changed for all else on that path for those that walk after. This is the third key of Numantia, and the secret of how mortals became makers, and makers back to mortals. The bones of the wheel need their flesh, and that is mankind's heirloom. Oathbreakers beware, for their traitors run through the mimic paths, runner dogs of prolix gods. The dragon's blood have hidden ascension in 6,000 years of ethereal labyrinth, which is arena, which they yet deny is oath-bound. By the book they take this key and pierce the divine shell that encloses the mantle-takers. The skin of gold. Scarab a Orbex. Woe to the oath-breakers. Of the skin of gold the Xarxes Mysterium says, be fooled not by the forlorn that ride astray the roadway. For they have lost faith, and this losing was caused by the Aedra, who would know no other planets. Whereby the words of Lord Dagon instructs us to destroy these faithless. Eat or bleed dry the gone forlorn, and gain that small will that led them to walk the path of the Godhead at the first. Spit out or burn to the side that which made them delay. Know them as Nemoli. Every new limb is paid for by the unknown. See, brother, and give not more to the Hydra. Reader, you will sense a shadow choir soon. The room you're in right now will grow eyes and voices. The candle or spell light you read this by will become gateways for the traitors I have mentioned. Scorn them and fear not. Call them names, call them their base natures. I, the Mankar of stars, am with you, and I come to take you to my paradise, where the tower traitors shall hang on glass racks until they smile with the new revolution. That is your ward against the Nemoli. They run blue through noise and shine only when the earth trembles with the eruption of the newly mantled. Tell them, go, Gartak al-Nim, God is come. Numi mora, num dale nim. Once you walk it in the mythic, it surrenders its powers to you. Myth is nothing more than first wants. Unutterable truth. Ponder this while searching for the fourth key. Understood laws of arcanature will fall away like heat. The first tower dictate, render the mutant bound where he may do no more harm. As the god of Mundus, alike shall be his progeny, split from their divine sparks. We are the 8x8 exarchs. Let the home of Padme see us as sole exit. Kime. Those who know it can reshape the land. Witness the home of the Red King once jungled. He that enters paradise enters his own mother. E alma ruma. The orbis endeth in all ways. Endeth we seek through our dawn. All endeth. Falter now and become one with the wayside orphans that feed me. Follow, and I shall adore you from inside. My first daughter ran from the Dagonite road. Her name was Ruma, and I ate her with no bread, and made another, which learned. And I loved that one, and blackbirds formed her twin all the time. Oh, formed her twin behind all time. Starlight is your mantle, brother. Wear it to see by, and its light to paradise. So this one is more kind of him getting into the actual, like, meat and bones of what he believes. So he genuinely perceives Lorcan as not an Aedra, but something more akin to that of a Daedra. in some way, because he kind of believes that Lorcan never necessarily passed. But at the same time, he sees Tamriel as Daedric in some aspect. Because he views the Aedra as effectively evil. He does not trust them. He does not believe the story that they conjure. But let's see, what does this one say? Tower. Oh, T-O. Tower touches. So Green Emperor Way. Green Emperor Way. Where tower touches. Alright, Book 4. May the holder of the fourth key know the heart thereby. The Mundix Terrene was once ruled over solely by the tyrant Droog kings, each to their own dominion, and border wars fought between their slave oceans. They were akin to the time totems of old, yet evil, and full of mockery and profane powers. No one that lived did so outside of the sufferance of the Drow. I give my soul to the Magnagi, saith the joyous in paradise, for they created Mehrunes the Razor in secret, in the very bowels of Lig, the domain of the upstart who vanishes. Though they came from diverse waters, each Get shared sole purpose, to artifice a prince of good, spinning his likeness in random swath, and imbuing him with Oblivion's most precious and scarce asset, hope. Deathlessly I intoned from paradise, Mehrunes the thief-taker, Mehrunes the god's body, Mehrunes the red arms that went up, New Mantia, liberty. Deny not that these days shall come again, my novitiates, for as Mehrunes threw down Lig and cracked its face, declaring each of the 19 and 9 oceans free, so shall he crack the serpent crown of the Cyrodiils and make federation. All will change in these days as it was changed in those, for with by the magic word Numantia a great rebellion rose up and pulled down the towers of Caimel Gargik, and the Templars of the upstart were slaughtered, and blood fell like dew from the upper wards down to the lowest pits, where the slaves with mechanical faces took chains and teeth to their jailers, and all hope was brush-fire. Your dawn listens, my lord. Let all the Orbis know itself to be free. Mehrunes is come, and there is no dominion slave free will. Oh, there is no dominion save free will. I read that. There's so much slave talk in this. Suns were riven as your red legions moved from Lig to the hinterlands of Chill, a legion for each Get, and Curry was thrown down, and Jaff was thrown down, and Hormagile was crushed with cold salt and forevermore called Hor, and so shall it be again under the time of the Gates. Under the mires, Maliboj was thrown down, that old city of chains, slacked in new bone warmth, and set free. Galg and Morgalg were thrown down together in a single night of day, and shall it be again under the time of Gates. Nothing but woe for Nirn, which has become the pit, and 7 curses on its Droog, the Verme Nemok. But for it the Crusades would be as my lord's creation. Get by the Gi, and do as thou wilt, of no fetters but your own conscience. Know that your hell is broken, people of the Orbis, and praise the new Mantia, which is liberty. Yeah, so this one slowly breaks down into, like, just ramblings of a madman, but, like, there's still a logic to it, right? He kind of implies that Mehrunes was created Not by Oblivion itself, or however the Daedra were initially created, right? Spawned from Sithis or whatever. Or spawned from Padme. Because that's the thing, right? You've got Anu and you've got Padme. Anu is supposed to be like, oh, that's where the Aedra came from. Padme is supposed to be where the Daedra came from. But in the last book, he implies that Padme spawned the Aedra instead, which kind of creates an interesting concept. It's like, why would he think that? Honestly, I have no answer for that, but I do think it's quite interesting, because it's kind of a hot take. Mankar Camoran has a hot take when he says, yes, the Aedra are actually the spawn of Padme. Like, what the hell are you talking about? What the hell are you talking about, man? It's like, where'd you pull that from? There's no books that suggest that. But I do find that interesting. It's like, why does he think that? But he suggests that Mehrunes was created in the bowels of Lig. Lig is effectively like Nega Tamriel. Okay, that sounded bad. It's effectively like evil Tamriel. It's supposed to be Tamriel inverted, right? It's the same landmass, it's the same everything, but it's supposedly either within Nirn or entirely on the other side of the planet. It's kind of like an upside down on its head version of things, but identical. It's a very strange and bizarre concept, and whether or not it's real, we don't know, because Lig is talked about, Lig is mentioned, but no one ever knows about, like it's not a commonly brought up, like, sure, I'm sure between scholars they might talk about Lig, but like regular people don't know what Lig is. Like, you'd walk up to someone and be like, Lig, and be like, what's wrong with my leg? You know what I mean? Like, they don't know what you're talking about. But in this case, it's very interesting because it implies that Mehrunes was created within Nirn, within the bounds of Nirn. Not made in Oblivion, not any of that other stuff, but it implies that he was birthed here on Nirn, which is interesting. Because would that even make him Daedric? You know? Stuff like that. Like, he's very bizarre in the way he goes about this stuff. Obviously, because he's, like, insane, but... any references, like, very strange, like... Get, I believe Get is in reference to Daedra lords. At least I think, because he does a lot of replacing words with, like, it's, you know, because he's pulling out, well, Kimmel, you know, whatever that, you know. He's pulling out, like, basically whipping out Latin phrases, trying to impress people, and it's like, dude, no one knows what you're talking about. Right, when he's referencing Get, I'm pretty sure he's referencing Daedra. Right, the Daedric lords, right? A legion for each Get, effectively implying that, yes, each Daedra lord, each Daedric prince holds dominion over a certain type of Daedra, in some sense, right? They all have sway over a chunk of Oblivion, and as well a chunk of Dremora and Daedra and whatever have you. But like all these other names, Curry, Diaf, like, I don't know what those are. I don't know what those are. I imagine they are cities. I imagine they are places. Is Malivoj is, you know, similar, City of Chains. But, like, it's hard to say. It's hard to say without me brushing up on my histories, but beyond that, it's like, yeah, it's all just nonsense. But let's see, what does this book say? So, am I... Midday Sun. Okay, Midday Sun. So, Green Emperor Way, where the tower touches the midday sun. Alright, so we figured it out. Oh, also, those books gave us a couple of skelops.
The hero of...
So let's wait. And see if she comes up with anything.
Hello.
It's my pleasure.
Figured out anything about the book?
To find their secret shrine, it is in effect. You've checked back with you two. Well met.
Ah, she does now.
I turned up copies of the first 2 volumes from my colleagues, and I spent a little time rereading them. Mankar Camoran certainly is a fascinating writer, undoubtedly insane, but fascinating. Ah, but more to the point, it appears to me that the first words of each paragraph may be significant. A message may be hidden there. I'll continue to study the problem. Come by tomorrow if you like. I may think of something else.
Oh, really?
The first words of each paragraph are the key. I'm sure of it. Well, I shouldn't keep you. Goodbye.
The only reason I'm doing this is because I'm curious to to see what she has to say, but she said come by tomorrow, so we will wait 24 hours instead. Tarmina?
It's my pleasure.
Anything else on the Mythic Dawn?
I think I may have figured out the hidden message in Mankar Camoran's books. Do you have the 3rd and 4th volumes with you?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Let's see. Yes. The first letter of each paragraph spells out a message. Write this down. Green Emperor Way, where tower touches midday sun. Are you familiar with Green Emperor Way? The gardens around the Imperial Palace? Something must be revealed there at noon. How exciting.
Interesting.
I've half a mind to go down to Green Emperor Way myself and see what's there. Well, good luck. I hope you find what you're looking for.
All right. Ah. The White Gold Tower. That's the wrong button. Alright, so they want us to wait till midday, right? High noon. Ah! I meant to press B. Maybe I still have time. Damn. Alright, let's wait 22 hours. I stood around for 1 hour too long, damn it. Is it high noon yet? Alright, 1 hour, 1 more hour. 12:13. It's high noon. It's a little cloudy out, but oh boy. Yeah, that looks like the thing. I followed the clues hidden in the 4 volumes written by Mankar Camoran to a gravestone in Green Emperor Way. At noon, a map of Cyrodiil appeared on the gravestone, with the location of the Mythic Dawn shrine marked on it. I need to find my way into the shrine and locate the Amulet of Kings. Okay, and that's an interesting quest divulsion, because that's less of a quest that is given to us, and more of a quest that your character just comes up with. It's also just like a very interesting little icon, you know? Like, it's just such a neat looking thing to see. It's just like, oh yeah, it's evil glowing Cyrodiil, yeah. Oh wow, and it fades fast too. Neat. I guess that means it is 1 o'clock. Oh no, it's 12:40. Okay, so that only lasted a little while. Huh. But yeah, as I was saying, nobody gave us this quest. This is our character saying, I need to do this. Like, on his own. Which is kind of interesting. It's a very neat thing. You don't really see that happen too often in these games, where it's like the quest is something given to you by yourself. Like, your character's like, I need to do this, right? Every now and then, like, you see it a lot more in ESO, where it's like you pick up some garbage item in a dungeon, and it's like, I should go find the guy this belongs to. Like, okay, buddy. But this is like, I need to go to the shrine. It's like, maybe you should consult the blades first? Like, no. I need to find the shrine myself. And it's like, oh, okay. I mean, technically we are a blade now. I guess we can make these decisions on our own, but it's kind of wild to think about. And it is... Where is it? I need to find my way to the shrine. Open a map? Oh, okay. Yeah, alright, so Lake Arius. That's right, I forgot. Lake Arius Caverns. And that's also pretty close to Azura's shrine. But, more importantly, it gives us a reason to actually go to Shaden Hall, which, if you remember, has the Elven Maiden, as well as Separated at Birth. So there's actually a couple of quests that we can kind of work on our way there. I need to do I gotta get Slaughterfish Scales. I keep forgetting about that. I keep forgetting about that. Maybe that is something that we can pick up, I want to say, next time. The only reason I want to say next time is because we've been going for a little while now. But it's also... I feel like that would be a good way to kind of segment what we're doing. So I think let's kind of... Oh, man. I just remembered there's like a... There is a cave somewhere out here. I think it was like over here. That I got like brutally murdered at. I want to take a look at that too, because that's something I want to do, that cave next. I want to get that out of the way. Hello, horse. Something's out here. That's a mud crab. Die, fiend. I just want to check real quick. I don't actually know that it's here, but it's definitely somewhere on the Imperial Isle. But there's a cave that I got my butt kicked at, and I would like to do the cave, if possible. If it's not here, then it's... Because I could swear it was, like, over here somewhere. Is that it? Fatback Cave? That must be it. Fatback Cave. What a terrible name. Yeah, this is the place. Yeah, mud crab, easy kill. But it was, I think there was like a will-o'-the-wisp outside of this cave or something. And I just could not compete with it. Right? Oh, no. This is a goblin cave. This is a different cave. Where's the cave I'm thinking of then? Dude, these goblin warlords, holy crap, dude. Messing me up. Get me out of here! Oh my god, dude. Potions, potions, potions. Healing. Healing. Oh my god, dude, the silence lasts forever. Die already. Goodness. Alright. Okay. Oh, man. But yeah, Fatback Cave, I don't think I've done this one. Yeah, so that's another cave. So then what the hell? Maybe it was, like, over here, and I'm just misremembering. It might have been over here. Well, anyway, that kind of makes it easier then, because I can do this one, and then make my way back over here. I'm going to move the marker as well, because I'm assuming it's on that piece of land then, if it wasn't on this one. And then we can just make a straight shot to Shadenall, but this will have to be for next time, because I am quite tired. I was kind of like rushing to make this, and really, I wasn't intending on reading the entirety of the commentaries, but I just kind of got way too into it, so unfortunately it happened. But anyway, oh my god, what is wrong with my eyes? I'm standing up to look at this. What the hell? Ugh. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave you on that frame. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed. And I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye.